Hi, I am Michaela Kwan, and I'm going to talk about sex and alcohol. Well, ish. So, where to start? Let's start with the prohibition. Alcohol was everywhere because it was illegal. You could get it any time of day, anywhere, no restrictions, no control. So, quality and whoever got the money wasn't necessarily people you wanted to pay. And as a bonus, you got to feel as a criminal, which meant you already done something wrong. And when you already gone past the legal whatever the law says, it's easier to feel like you're already stepped over. So you already feel a bit dirty, you know? But when the prohibition was over and people could again buy alcohol in the store, at least in Norway, that meant that you got control over it because you can only buy alcohol within these and these hours and so and so. So you get control over it and you can put regulations on it. When it's legal, you can control it. When it's illegal, you have to spend lots of resources on cracking down on people that may not necessarily actually need to be cracked down on because they don't hurt anyone else but themselves. For instance, now, sex. When it's legal, you spend resources on also taking the people who wants to do this, the people who are taking precautions or whatever. If it's legal, on the other hand, you could easier find who you could regulate it more. You could have checkups, like with the alcohol. You could have certain limits and regulations. I mean, it must be much easier to find people being trafficked when you could buy it from people who enjoy it or in establishments that are safe. I mean, I'm pretty sure fewer people would buy from around the corner and hoping for the best. I mean, I don't know, but I'm pretty sure. And it's easier cracking down on the people doing something wrong when you have regulations for how to do it right. I am just so frustrated that others are to decide if something is right for you or not. Your body, your choice. I mean, yes, there's a huge problem. Women are ending up in this sex working professions without wanting to be there, without feeling any satisfaction or joy around it. And that is bad. Nobody should have to sell their own body unless they want to. But there are people who want to. People are comfortable with it one way or another. And it should be their choice. Yes, I agree. We have to work on the stigma and things that makes it so that women or people in general feel forced into it. Nobody should choose to sell their body. Nobody should be forced to sell their body unless they so want it themselves. It just makes me so mad that some ladies are gonna sit there and say, no, you, no, 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 porn. That's men abusing women. No, 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 no. women find no joy in sex. Yes, there are definitely issues, and there's a lot of people out there who are in the wrong business. But that goes for phone salesmen as well. Like being in. I'm sorry, I'm not really comparing sex work to phone salesman. But my point is that someone can be happy as a sex worker, but mentally destroyed by working as a phone salesman. And the other way around. It's about personal freedom. As long as we can regulate things in such a way that people can choose themselves. And I'm pretty sure that other women or people in a situation where they experience sex work in one form or another, when they realize that others are being treated wrong in some way, like trafficking, I'm pretty sure, like, if you were selling sex, if it was physical or digital or whatever, and you learned of somewhere where people were being mistreated, as long as you were safe, ensure that reporting this did not give any problems to you, you would report it because, first off, it's bad for business if you're going to talk about it like that, but also most people actually care about people. Yes, there are idiots out there. There are terrible people out there. But most people just want other people to be okay. Like these people who are claiming that all forms of sex work is abuse of women. They mean well. They're just so darn frustrating because they don't really see that what they're doing and is not any better. Like saying you have to do something or you can't do something. And again, who are you to tell me that I don't feel any joy when I do? Who are you to tell me that I'm not feeling empowered when I do? Like I said, I'm just pointing out that it's so darn frustrating. I think I said so darn frustrating so many times now. Because, yes, I am not in a position where I am in need of doing anything. So I don't have the experience, but I've listened to people who work in these kind of professions out there, and they need better working conditions. It's that simple. It's like COVID-19 now. As they don't get any economical support, well, what do? Of course, you continue working. It's like, do I eat or not? So, I don't know. It's just. Yes, it's so darn frustrating. You just see it as logical as when something's illegal, it's harder to control, it's harder to regulate, and you end up wasting so many resources on people you don't need to use them on. While when something's legal, it's easier to find where things are wrong, and it's not as tempting. Like, it's not as big a business to sell alcohol when you can buy it in the shops. Of course, there are still people making moonshine at home and selling, but not as much as under the prohibition. And we will still have problems with trafficking when we legalize. And well, sex work is legalized in Norway, but you can't buy it. It's illegal to buy it, but not to sell it. And there's a pimp law that kind of mean, yeah. So, yes. Anyway, when things are legal, it's easier to control it, and then you can put like guidelines on something. It's easier to say like, these are the guidelines you have to follow. It's easier to do a control check or whatever when you have guidelines to follow. Well, because when you have to report in your business, then it in theory can be checked up. If you don't have to report your business because it's illegal, then you're trying to keep it hidden. And there's a huge chance that you're not doing all the things you should do, because it's difficult when it's not made easy. Easy. Okay, I'll stop now. I'm going in circles. I'm pretty sure of it. And talking about things I probably know way too little about. But I'm pretty sure what I've said is so much better than the very, very nice ladies. No, 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 no. Don't let it anger you that some people are idiots. Don't let it anger you. Actually, do. Stand up and fight. With words, though. I mean, I am pro-democracy. I am not pro-storming the Capitol, for instance. That is a bad thing. The way to do things... That was a bad example because there were total idiots that were... No. Not go into things I shouldn't go into. I am totally rambling. And no, Black Lives Matter and the Trump thing is very different. Black Lives Matter actually is important. If there was any doubt, I am now gonna stop talking because I will just twirl down. I am just noticing a bit of pent-up anger for idiots at the moment, which probably some will see me as after this, but wankers. I'm pretty sure all my videos are not safe for work anyway, so it's fine. It should be fine. So yeah, thanks for watching. If you want to follow or support me, you've got options to the left here. Do feel welcome to have a look around. So ta-ti-ta.